why I stopped taking anabolic steroids. This video is not a recommendation to take juice, unless you're talking that juice. This is just my story, all right? So this video is not medical advice. It's not a recommendation to use juice, unless you're talking this juice. It's just my story and my experiences. And that's why you come here, because you know you're going to get a transparent, open, honest discussion. And I'll lose subscribers being this honest. But if I make this content because I know it helps people. And so when you're helping people, you're going to be losing people because you might destroy their illusions and their fantasy world out there, and then they hate you for that. But hey, I'd rather be hated for who I am, a helping person, than to be loved for being fake and lying to people at their demise, okay? There's people who lie to you and you lose, and there's people who lie to you to protect your feelings or whatever, but I'm not here to protect your feelings, okay? I'm here to give you the absolute direction and truth here today. And some of you are going to unsubscribe and hate it or whatever, but it's what it is. Anyway, so this is my reality. I live in a different world to the average person. This is some Nike Gore-Tex Air Max 90s, genuine, straight from Nike. I buy direct from Nike, 99% of the time. Man, the Vietnamese make really good shoes. People say they're fake. They're fake. They're from Vietnam. That's how dumb people are. Like, Nike make most of the shoes in Vietnam, especially the 90s. But yeah, direct from Nike. I pay $72. This pair cost me $72 Australian. Amazing. Actually, I've got two batches. One batch for 72, one batch for 96 AUD. But I sell those. Anyway, so. But that's my reality. The average person out there, they want a pair of Gore-Tex Air Max 90s in this colorway. You're paying $230 Australian, man. And I'm paying 72 or 96. Or if you're buying it from me, you're paying a lot less than retail. So my body weight, you can see Stickman is coming back in full effect. And partly the reason that is because we've cycled off. We've taken less and less and less gear. I've had a few months recently where I've pinned no test. And the weight has sort of come down, but still I was like, damn, I thought it would come down faster. I've used anabolic steroids since 2014. Testosterone, Tren, Deca, D-Bol, Winstrol, HCG, Anavar, what else is there? A few others. I've never used EPO because I'm like, what's the point? My hemoglobin's already fucking super, super good. And I think EPO, the issue with me with EPO is I've never been light enough and trained hard enough to justify it. Like losing a few kilos, for me right now, if I lost 7 kg, that would be equivalent to using EPO, which is a smarter thing to do if you're a cyclist. Lose the weight, all right? So many people got excess weight, and that's crushing their watts per kilo. So if you're like, super low weight already, like Jonas Vingegaard or whatever, then obviously you're going to get the benefits of that. Otherwise, just lose the weight, bro. So I have friends who've used EPO, and yes, it's incredible. But the main guy I knew who used it was very, very skinny. He was like 60 kilos, around 60 kilos, 6 foot. So, and he really noticed a huge fucking benefit, and so did I. And I called it out. I remember we did a climb together one time, and this guy was pretty new to cycling, and he kept up with me. I was like, what the hell? I've never seen that before, man. And I said, what are you taking? He goes, oh, but, so yeah, this is the deal here. Why I stopped, the main reason I stopped is I want to get my low body weight again, because I've been struggling to ride as fast uphill. Like I've been doing the Norton Summit bunch again the last few months, and after park run sort of cancelled its competition vibes, so I've been doing back into the cycling thing, and I did just a sub 14 Norton Summit just recently, last Saturday. And for me, sub 14 was like, no big deal back in the day because I was so much lighter. Now it's like sub 14. I'm like, yeah, because of my body weight. I'm about 74 kilos at the moment, and I'm used to being 59 to 66 kilos. That's my natural sort of weight. 70 kg for me, that's really unusual. And 74 kilos, I'm very lean. You can see all my muscle definition. You can see my abs. You can see my gaunt face, but still 74 kilos. That's a side effect of anabolic steroid usage, the extra muscle weight, which is bad for cycling performances. Even you see the sprinters, you see them very, very lightweight. Even like someone like Peter Sagan or Cavendish, etc. You see them in normal clothing, they're very, very slim people, you know. But for cyclists, they're a little bit, maybe a bit bigger for pro elite level cycling. So that's been my main motivation. I guess I've done my experiment. You know, you see me get up to 85.3 kilos, and I remember cycling at that weight. It was so hard, man. Like, it was, you know, I didn't feel that heavy until I went out with guys who were like a lot lighter than me and as trained, and they just ride away from me. I was like, damn, like I used to beat that person. Now they're flogging me. It's just extra weight. So, but at the same time in the gym, man, I'm strong as fuck, man. When you inject some test or some Tren or some Deca, or you pop some D-Bol or Anavar or Anadrol especially, you have instant strength within 5 minutes. I'll start to feel it in, up to, especially within the 1 hour period of window there, you're going to increase your strength insanely in the gym. And I got all these people out there saying, I don't use steroids. It's like, I love it. Like when someone on Instagram says something, oh, you use steroids, you're a treat, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, you only know I've used anabolic steroids because I've told you. Like, no one would look at me and my physique and go, that guy's been using steroids for 10 years for sure. No one would say that. Maybe my grandma might. But, so, and then on the Instagram, they'll be following all these fake natties. It's like, dude, you're following that? Oh, that guy doesn't use steroids. He said he's natural. It's like, fuck, you're gullible, man. My brand is weight loss. Steroids do not help with weight loss. Steroids cause weight gain. Anabolic steroids, test, Tren, Deca, these things increase your body weight. So people are like, I want to go on steroids and get ripped. No, you're going to get on steroids and get fat, man. Because these things increase your water retention. Why do you think people who use anabolic steroids in that, you know, bodybuilding world, etc., do all these crazy crash cutting diets, and they're taking things like clenbuterol, which I've never used, which for me is just a stupid drug to use because it just stresses you out excessively. You can't sleep properly, etc. And then it just kept, anyway, that's a different topic. But if steroids make you ripped, why do these people do crazy diets, man? Like, they cut out their carbohydrates, just 1,500 calories a day, just to try to flush out extra water weight and all this stuff. Steroids do not make you rip. Steroids make you grow, all right? They make you grow. They make you heavier, okay? So these people out there, I want to get on TRT and lose weight. It's like, Drew, you're going to get on TRT, you're going to gain weight, man. You're definitely going to gain weight. Because if your estrogen is already high and your test is low, you start pinning test, all right? Your fucking estrogen is going to go up even more, and you're going to hold up even more water weight. Oh, then I'll take an estrogen blocker. Oh, what's the point? What's the point? Do my protocols, lower your estrogen, raise your test, all right? And you just have a healthier, slim physique. So if you're overweight, in my opinion, don't take anabolics. Unless you're trying to be this fucking big, burly bear, and that's cool. All right? If you want to gain... Here's the thing. If someone's saying, should I use steroids, anabolic steroids? If the goal is to gain weight, then that's what they do. If your goal is to lose weight, never fucking touch anabolic steroids. Because they're here to put... Anabolic steroids prevent weight loss and or promote weight gain, depends on the dosage. Very, very powerful compounds. Very, very powerful compounds. So for me, like people who have known me or whatever, I remember a couple of years ago, bumped into Freely at her place up in Cape Trip, and Robin was like, are you still taking steroids? And Freely's like, of course he is, look at him. And Robin's like, oh, what? Like, it doesn't look like he takes steroids. But because Freely has seen me as a natty, she could tell instantly by looking at me that I was taking the juice. But no one else would think that because they don't know me, you know, like that. So it's just, you know, it's like if a girl gets a boob job, but the boobs are still like a C cup now. You know, she had an A cup, she got the boobs, and she got a C cup. People aren't going to walk down the street and go, oh, she's at a boob job, her boobs are like this, you know? No, but someone who's seen her beforehand and after, like, oh, wow, you had a boob job there, you know? So it's a bit like that with anabolic steroids. They're going to make you gain weight, all right? They're going to make you gain weight. So if you're naturally this lighter weight person and then you jump on 500 milligrams a week or 100, even 100 milligrams a week, you're going to change your outlook. Your physiological outlook's going to change. And people who know you very, very well, or can see a before and after photo, they'll see it. The best example of this is a guy called Ziz. Ziz, R.I.P., an Australian YouTuber bro back in the day. And I would say Ziz definitely kicked off, and his brother, Chess Bra, they kicked off the anabolic steroid social media hype for sure, all right? Ziz was like the pioneer, and his brother, Chess Bra, and they really kicked things off in massive ways. So if you go Google up Ziz, Z-Y-Z-Z-Z, go Google up Ziz before and after photo. Actually, I'll probably chuck it in here. And there you go. That's what happens. That's why steroids are so popular, because they make you gain weight. Okay. So never use steroids if you want to lose weight, because they don't do that. They do the opposite of that. They make you gain train. So yeah, so I want to get to lighter weight again, and because to me, man, like nothing beats the feeling of killer cardio. Like it just fucking feels amazing, and unfortunately, not many people in the world will ever get to experience that. You know, dancing up the climb, high cadence on a nice, you know, sub 7 kilo rim brake bike with 120 psi on your fucking 25 or 23 mil GP 4000s, 4000s. It's just a so sick feeling, man. Your lungs working, and it's just, you know, here in Adelaide or in Thailand, it's a great feeling. Once you really train up to it and get in that flow of things, it's like peak state. Same with running as well. Like, man, when you're on point with running, but it's a lot harder because running is so easy to get injured, or, you know. But when you're flying along as a runner, I remember doing this race in Central Park one time, in New York, and just, man, just the feeling, you know, totally fucking sober, but just feeling so good, so light and lean and just fast, man. I was doing like, I think I did like it was like a mid 16 5K as well, or just 16:45 or something. But you know, for me, that's very fast. For some people, it's very, very slow. But you know, but just the feeling of that, so damn. You know, imagine what it felt like going faster than that. But just the feeling of vitality and speed felt really good without the come down, you know? Without the come down. So side effects of steroids, boom, zero. I've noticed zero side effects that I could 100% pinpoint on steroids, okay? My steroid cycles, the longest I took consecutively would have been from 2021 through to 2023, where I used, you know, virtually, actually I'd have to double check on the dosages there, but whenever saw my weight go up, when you saw my weight go up and my cycling performances go down, then yeah, there you go. Because when your weight's going up, your cycling performances come down. All right, gym weight up, cycling performance down. Aesthetics going up, cycling performance going down, okay? As a man. So that's just the deal there. You know, so you'll see me getting now to a lot lighter weights, and you'll see me doing more fast riding abilities, and that's what feels best for me. And maybe maybe who knows, in the future, maybe I'll jump back on and become a bit more of a soldier again. But in the meantime, just going to focus back on the running and the cycling. But I'm happy at either weight. 60 kilos, fine. 85 kilos, fuck boy, fine. All right, my identity isn't based on my weight. I feel great at either end of the spectrums, but I'd probably definitely feel better when I can go fast on the bike. It's even if I'm just riding by myself, just fucking click up the gears and just sprinting up the hill and just feeling that hill just, you know, disappear underneath you. It just feels very powerful, feels very, very, very good, very, very addictive, very, very addictive. But I would say, yeah, overall my experience with steroids has been incredibly positive, and I'm glad I did take them. No regrets. I'm glad I did, because it makes me more of an authority now, of someone who's taken a variety of compounds for, you know, just over a decade now. I can speak with conviction and experience and recommend that most people should not touch them, okay? Because if your goal is weight gain, I help with that. But if your goal is weight loss, don't do it. And if you're a young guy, don't do them, because, you know, unless you've lost your testicles in a motorbike crash or whatever, they're going, like, who should take steroids? People who want to gain weight and people who are sober. If you're smashing caffeine and doing alcohol and street drugs, man, do not use anabolics, because they're going to create some real negative mental health aspects. Once you have that cocktail of caffeine and alcohol and late nights and tren and test and Decker and limp dick and, you know, all these things that often can and do happen, you know, then if you're a young bro and you're using all these other recreational drugs, you're going to fuck your head, man. You're going to fuck your head up, right? So my recommendation is if you're going to use PEDs like that, then be sober. No alcohol, no weed, no caffeine, right? None of that shit. Just be sober. Plus, you know, if you choose to, the addition of, you know, anabolics. But even then, understand that, you know, join my coaching group and I can coach you through, you know, because a lot of guys have wanted to do it and they're like, they did it the wrong way and then they got the mad side effects and they hate it and they got the bitch tits and they're fucking, all their hair fell out in their 20s and they don't like that. And, you know, so it's like, and the hair thing, that can be genetic as well. But if you're predispositioned for that, then the steroids will speed that up, all right? Steroids will speed that up. But, again, hair doesn't really matter too much. Maybe it does to some people. But money is what really matters, and status when it comes to chicks. And other things, that's what really matters. Because there's plenty of guys out there with fucking epic hair. I mean, myself included. You know, in my 20s had epic hair. But I was like Mr. Virgin bro, pretty much. So it doesn't matter too much about that. But again, if you're in the gay community, hair is extra important. I get that. That's fine. But it feels good to be able to speak from experience. The only things which we personally know are those which we personally experience. The rest is programming. And my experience with doctors, etc., the dosages I was prescribed. And again, when I'm talking steroids here, my testosterone, Anavar, etc., HCG prescribed by the doctor. And I never ran any PCT, never ran any estrogen blockers, all that bullshit. I do not believe in that. I think that stuff's toxic and dangerous and doesn't make any sense to me at all. I recommend it's better to stay, to control estrogen is to keep your body fat fucking super low, bro. Like, stay fucking ripped, bro, all right? Stay ripped, man. And do cardio, all right? Ride your bike and fucking go vegan, bro. You're taking estrogen blockers and fucking, you know, letrozole and all sorts of stuff, etc., tamoxifen, blah, blah, blah. And then, but then you're drinking milk, which is full of fucking estrogen. And you're eating chickens. You're eating dead chickens full of estrogen, bro. It's like, what the, you're eating pork and shit full of heavy metals and fucking God knows what, all right? You're eating the estrogens, you know? Oh, but soy. Yeah, but look up soy and estrogen. Look up the truth about soy and estrogen. Soy is like an estrogen blocker, right? So if you go and take steroids, definitely go vegan, man. That's going to be, you're going to have better blood pressure regulation. So yeah, all these people taking all these PCT and shit, and like, yeah, I mean, it's just, that's what they do because that's what they read on the internet. But I never ever took any of that stuff. And I got my estrogen fucking super high. And then a week later, it was, boom, back down again. Despite shifting diet and doing some hill climb time trials. So yeah, I did so much blood tests, so many, oh, fucking hell, man. I fucking had so much blood taken out of me for tests. And another thing as well, quickly while we're at it, the people go, oh, my hematocrit's up, so I took out I donated blood. Yeah, and then 3 days later, go and test your hematocrit and hemoglobin, it's back fucking right up again. You know what I mean, dummies? Like, that's the thing is people like run this, and then they run a high blood pressure, and they're eating all this meat and shit, and it's like, fuck, man, like, what are you doing? Like, blood pressure is probably the biggest killer out there, okay? I remember I'm talking to the street, I was seeing this guy one time in Thailand, and his blood pressure was fucking, I could just tell he was on the juice. And so I just stopped him and said, hey, how you going, bro? What's happening? I started chit-chatting and said, oh, what are you taking? He said, what do you mean, what am I taking? I said, so how much testosterone taking? I don't take any testosterone. He's like, do it. So I'll take, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He was like, oh, I'm doing about 5 milligrams a week. I was like, just test your blood pressure, man. And I said, watch my YouTube channel and stuff like that. He goes, oh, thanks, mate, thanks. You know, he was like just shocked that someone on the street could call out his steroid usage. And initially he denied it. But then when I said, hey, look, and then when he stopped feeling judged and could understand I'm here to help him, then he opened up more. So 99.99% of anabolic steroid users will deny it and take it to the grave. Right? It is so stigmatized. If you're using steroids, man, it is so stigmatized. All right. If you're gay, no problems today in society. If you're using PEDs, hoo-hoo! If you're using sugar, hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo! They're gonna fucking just come for you. So it's a funny one. But yeah, that's the deal. But millions of men in the USA are taking testosterone, all right? And it's a fucking big industry, man. It's a big industry. And so a lot of people taking it when they don't think they should be taking it. They just want to feel better and stuff like that. But man, look at your diet and lifestyle, all right? Look at your diet and lifestyle. That's a separate video. Who should take it? That's a separate video. But this is just my story, why I decided to stop. You know, it's, yeah. The main thing I noticed already is I want to ride my bike more. I want to fuck and fight less. And I want to ride my bike more. Testosterone, when you increase it, it makes you want to fuck and fight more. And less interest in cardio, more interest in weights. And when your levels are coming down to your natural levels, I just want to ride more and fuck and fight a lot less. And by fighting, I mean, I don't fight. Well, I do, but I don't. I don't mean fighting in my relationship. That's always something I'd like to diffuse and avoid. I mean physical fighting, you know, like street and aggression. The testosterone makes you, like you have to really restrain that. And that's another thing when guys get in trouble. All right, they doing trend's probably the worst. I'd say trend is the worst because it crashes your blood sugar so easily and it raises your cortisol so high, you can just get into this rage of just like, Urgh. So if you're doing trend, you have to always have jelly beans or something really sweet and sugar. Jelly beans are the best because they just store it, or dates even are good. Always have to have them in the hand because otherwise you'll get trend rage because your cortisol is going to spike up in a situation and you'll just be, you know, you'll be putting your fist through windows, car windows like I have, or kicking doors or kicking off mirrors, or, you know, just things that are borderline a bit silly that can escalate into a bad situation. But yeah, so that's the deal there. So you want to fucking fight less and just ride more. You know, you get more. Yeah, instantly I noticed that when my test levels are dropping off to my natural levels, I'm more interested in numbers on the power meter, and just, you know, it's quite funny. And then when your test coming up, you just, yeah, it's just a different reality there, isn't it? That's my story, and I hope this provides some insight. If you want more intricate numbers and experiences, then I'd recommend join my coaching group. I don't know anyone else out there who gives the transparency that I do. I see there's other coaches out there and they're straight up lying about what they take or did take or whatever. And it's like, why would you hire someone to guide you who's never taken the juice or who's taken it and just straight up fucking lying to you, like Greg Douchet or these other people, just straight up lying to you about how much they took or what they took or etc. Like, how do you believe the advice they're giving you, huh? I mean, in my opinion, you can't. And that's, you know, that's not to pick on Greg or anything. That's the industry in general. People